everybody, welcome back to Just a Sister Thing, and this is my crafty little corner. I'm Kala, and I wanted to do a part 2 to my Dollar Tree haul that I did a few weeks ago. We made these beautiful steampunk cards, and I just thought they were so much fun, but when I was shopping there, I also found some stuff that I thought would make some beautiful shabby chic tags as well. So we used this mesh, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm very obsessed with this. I've used it I've used it on a couple different things because it's so fun. It's very cool. So put the brown over there. I also got it in the green and the cream, and I think it's just called, yeah, mesh ribbon. It's such a neat thing. I'm so glad that they brought that in. I've got some napkins, I've got some stickers, and as always, the little buttons that you can get at the Dollar Tree. It's such a good source, such a good resource for lots of things like that. Whenever they have buttons, I buy them in whatever colors I can get them, because they're outrageously expensive everywhere else. And why not get them for $1.25 if you can get them for that price? They're wonderful. Throw those back over there. We don't need the dark ones. So I thought today would be fun to do a Tuesday, tag along Tuesday shabby chic, because it's summer, it's fresh. We don't need any more winter colors for right now. So I'm going to set that over there, set it to the side, and I'm thinking let's make a really fun, very pretty summer tag. So I was thinking about this, and I have this beautiful cardstock that is just very simple. Has notebook lines on it. I took the liberty of running it through my Big Shot. Is that what it's called? Big Kick, sorry. And I cut the top. But I did that, I really didn't have to. I could have cut that with scissors, right? But I thought it would be quick. So I cut the top. And we've got all these fun things to work with. I'm going to set them over here. And I want to make a little simple foldable tag. Which, by the way, I don't know if I just showed these or not. That's how bad my memory is. But these are really pretty napkins. Very tropical. Some of the napkins they have been getting in at the Dollar Tree are just really, really pretty, and you don't have to pinch it apart. It came apart real easy. So how pretty is that? So what I want to do is I want to do a tag that folds, because I want all the writing ability to be on the inside. So I'm just going to fold that up, I think a little over halfway. And then I'm going to bring this one down. Like so. And use my bone folder and squish it down a little bit. And what I want is, I want this print to be visible here, but I'm also going to make it so that it continues up here, because I want it to be a continuous pattern. I don't know, I'm very obsessed with that. Let me see here, this side. I think this side's a little bit better, actually. So what I'm going to do is, I like this part right in here. So I think I'm going to center that. Just stare it. It's white on white, so I don't really have to worry about getting it perfectly down onto those the print. Just going to get it close, because once it starts to get decoupaged, it's going to blend in pretty good. And I think if I were to cut it, which I've seen some people do, and they do it very well. But I think if I cut it, it'll just be a straight line, and I don't really want that. So it looks weird because it looks like I'm doing it upside down, but I want it to be like this. So what I'm going to do is bring out my decoupage, which usually I also buy my decoupage Mod Podge. I usually buy that from the Dollar Tree because I love the little, I think they're 2-ounce bottles. I prefer that because they don't dry out. They're squeezable, and I just squeeze them right onto a little board or whatever. And I don't have to worry about the bottle drying out because you just cap it. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up pretty good, pat it down, and you can see where it needs some more. And just going right under there. And then what I'm going to do is paint it on. And you can see that line kind of goes away. It goes away pretty good. I got a little speck here. Let me get that out of there. Okay. Okay. Pretty good. So I'm going to lay that down. And then what I want to do is I'm going to take my little blow dryer, my little heat gun, and I'm going to blow dry that because I'm going to fold that and then I want to match the pattern. So bear with me. And pick off my little piecey parts. If I can't tear them off, which that tore pretty well, then I'll trim it down later. Be more precise later. But for now, I'm pretty good with that. Okay, so what I want to do is figure out which piece I used. I used that piece. Is it a repeating pattern? I think it is. Okay. So I'm going to tear some of that off. Okay, so that is how my pattern is going to lay. And I think you can see that pretty good. So what I want to do is fold this down. And if I move it up a little bit, I think you can see that I'm matching right here. And I think we're good to go. Get my little bit of Mod Podge that I have left. You know what, before I do that, I think I'm going to pick a little bit more off of that top. We have been enjoying amazing summer weather. If you're in Ohio, you realize that it's very, very hot right now. And we always have high humidity, but it has been quite delightful compared to where we have been in the past. It just seems like we had a never-ending winter. So it's so nice to be able to just go outside. My daughter and I went up to Tinker's Creek in, I want to say, it's above Akron. I'm not sure if it's quite Cleveland. I think it's just maybe Bedford Heights. And we got on our floats and both on our day off and just really enjoyed ourselves in the water. So nice. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm matching my pattern down below, right? No glue there, but the pattern. And then I'm going to smooth upward. Okay. And I'm going to hit that with a little bit more glue. And I'm going to take that glue all the way up because I like a little bit of decoupage. It doesn't bother me at all. I think it makes for a nice smooth finish. Okay, let's see. Get the glue all over me as per usual. I missed a little bit on this corner. I was afraid that I did. Let me hit that again. Just smooth that down. Okay, so it's already starting to come apart. Not a bad thing. All right, what I'm going to do is hit that with my heat gun again. So I'm going to go ahead and work this, get this off of here. So yeah, we took our floats up, and I'm so glad that she found this place. And it's public land, state park, so anybody can go. And there's different spots where you can just drop off, and very short hike. Go down and find the water's edge very quickly. There's all kinds of small waterfalls. So, oh, it's so fun to take. And the kids, there's so many little kids there. So far, knock on wood, we always kind of luck out and find a little quiet spot, but everybody takes their kids there and lets them run along the little waterfalls because they're only sometimes a few inches up to maybe 2 to 3 feet. Very safe. Don't have to worry about them falling under and getting pushed under by the water because it's very shallow. But it is enough for, there are some spots where it's just perfect for a float. So that is one thing that we have been doing this summer. Super fun. Okay, so when you fold it together, your pattern, get off there, your pattern stays the same. How cute is that? When you open it, you've got this beautiful writing space. And what I want to do is, first of all, get rid of all this Mod Podge. And I'm going to take my little sanding block and run it along the edge. It's a good way to clean up your edges. Sorry for the noise. I don't know how that's coming off on camera. It could be really awful. Got a little bit there. It just kind of shreds it away. So it does all the work for you so you don't have to cut it with scissors. But you don't want to do it so hard that you tear your cardstock. Okay. I've kind of bent it a little bit, but it's okay because it's going to flatten out when it hits the journal. So that is the first part of that project. Easy peasy. And that's what I'm saying. You can go to the Dollar Tree if you really want to get into junk journaling, but you don't have a small fortune amassed for that. You can't go to Michael's and Joann's and spend $200 or $300 on stuff, which is not uncommon for a lot of junk journalers to kind of get in that groove and just start going and going and going. You can start relatively inexpensively just by going to the Dollar General, Dollar Tree, and your Goodwills. I put my sanding block away too quick. Okay, so I've got my buttons, I've got my mesh, and I've got these beautiful pearls, and even these little glittery, shiny, I think these are for fingernails, but I don't know. You know, I look at that and I'm like, no, that's for a junk journal. So, what I want to do is, I got the basics down. I want to start decorating. First things first, we're going to need some sort of enclosure, some sort of closing apparatus. And also, this stuff here is kind of a must. Gotta use it. Love that. Like, adds more texture on top of the grass. So, yeah, and we can close it easily. Same with that. We can add a little piece of that in there as well. I love it. Okay. So, here's what I want to do. I've got my awl. And I've got some hidden in this pile here. Some brads, and I have some eyelets. Now those unfortunately are not at the Dollar Tree as of yet, but I very much look for that to happen as well. So there we go. What I want to do is I want to definitely get some of this as added texture right in here. My little scissors. These are my little trimming scissors. They're also from the Dollar Tree. Super sharp. Very sturdy. I've had maybe two or three pairs of these. They hold up really well. So what I'm going to do, I think, here is I'm going to layer this. Because I love this. Okay. I'm going to layer that on there because it's so cool. And I think I'm going to very lightly glue it, and then I'm going to stitch it. So I will glue it first, and then I'll pause the video and go ahead and stitch around the whole card. Ooh, that glue was ready to go. And this is just to kind of tack it down so that it doesn't go all over while I'm stitching. And what I'm going to do is press it where I can, and then also remove what I don't need. Let it just stick to my fingers, roll it off, get rid of it. But that at least puts it where I want it. And the question is to stitch it with that over top, like that, because it is kind of cool. When you fold it, you'll still have a little design on the back, or to trim it off. So I will decide that when I get to the part where I'm going to go ahead and stitch it. All right, so I'll be right back. Okay, all done. And I have stitched all around the outside. And while I was playing with it, I thought, yeah, I really do like this mesh. And so what I did was made a couple little pockets that I thought would be cute to, you know, put a simple little tag in. Let me see if I got a tag. There you go. But also, because the mesh, I doubled the mesh, so I have room for 2 pockets. am making this much more difficult than it needs to be. But how cute is that? All right, so gotta trim it all down. Okay, now before we do any of the decorating, I want to concentrate on making sure that I have it so that it's able to be closed. And to do that, I think got my little buttons here. Ooh, that's a very pretty button. That is okay. I love that. So what I'm going to do is hold that there for a second, and I'm going to use my awl. If it's not too fat, it might be too fat. Okay, the antique is too old, so I'm going to use my Dollar Tree one, my little poker. Normally I would mark that with a pencil, but I'm thinking I can do it. So I'm going to poke a hole in there. Did not poke my thumb, which is amazing. And grab some string. Well, that's wonderful. That must have been my last project, must have been a shabby chic, because I have a already threaded pink piece of thread. So I want to hide my thread, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it through the top. Oh, I was afraid of that. Hold on a second here. And I'm going to take a little bit of my fabric tack, and I just want the little spot on there because I want to make sure that it doesn't come flying through there later. That should hold it pretty good. Feed it back up through. This is just sewing 101. Oof. There we go. And where's my big pretty button? So I'm just going to pop that through there. Got a fuzzy on it. Normally, I would take a piece of cardboard, real thin cardboard, maybe cardstock, whatever, and put it between the button and the cardboard to make sure it has enough room to put. We're going to wrap some string around that, but I'm pretty confident that I can get this done without having to do that. When you pre-poke your hole, it works a little better for you, I think. It's not like sewing fabric, so you got to make sure that you can get in there and have a pretty thick needle. So I'm just going to go around that a couple times. This last time, I'm going to go through this hole, but not through the bottom hole. Just like so. Pull that out. Maybe if I can get it. Alright, I'm going to spin that around there a couple times. Go down through the hole again. Maybe if I can find the hole. So yeah, that's what we've done this summer, and I don't know. Let me know what you guys are doing. Leave a comment below. If you live in Northeast Ohio, please comment of any fun activities that you guys are doing. Anything that I can copycat, because I like to enjoy my summer while I've got it. Okay, now I'm going to take a wee little tiny bit of Fabri-Tac here. Just going to pop it right on there. Maybe even squish it in a little bit. Yeah. And trim that needle off, that thread. And see how that is so cute. That is cute. Okay, so I got way too many buttons out. I don't need that many buttons. Let's get rid of them. But you can see the really nice selection that you get when you buy these little tubs of buttons. And I think that they're at, most of the time they're up at the registers. Sometimes in the crafting area. There we go. Get rid of that. We're all done with that. Put it over there. Okay, so this is where we're at. Very, very cute. Actually, don't even mind that little bit sticking up there, that little fuzzy. That's adorable. Okay, so I opened these stickers so that they would be easier to work with. And then I was playing with another project. So I have these 2 pink roses here that I think deserve a little spot here. I think the stickers are fine. They're very strong. I don't know that you need anything extra. But I like to put a little extra Fabri-Tac on there just in case. But I mean, they're really strong stickers. It's not something that I normally would worry about. I think I want that one going down like that. Got this little baby sticker here. Oh, come back. And I do want it close, but I don't want it so close that it interferes with my string that I'm going to be putting on here. Plenty of stickers left. And I saw these wooden stickers, and I'm kind of wondering if I need that on there. I might. I kind of like them. But one thing for sure, you can never have enough pearls and glitzies and pretty stuff. So I'm thinking that, yeah, I think I just want a bunch of pearls kind of scattered about. Again, these are pretty strong. I think I'm going to be okay with just putting them on there. Okay, trim off that little bit of glue that sticks out. Pop them on. You can't say shabby chic if you don't have pearls, so that's for certain. Oops, stuck to me. I'm thinking that I need them down here at the bottom as well, kind of like scattered. I was going to run a whole line of them, but I'm kind of thinking I really love these great big ones. So I'm just going to scatter them all over the bottom. Willy-nilly. Like that. Get off there. I'm going to play with these a little bit. I'm going to see if they pop off. If they do, then I'm going to reinforce them with some Fabri-Tac. But I don't think they will. They're so gummy and gooey, I don't think they will. Okay, watch out. Get out of the way there. All right, let's see if we got a cute little phrase for this little guy. Ooh, in the garden? Yep, that's pretty good. Right off the bat. I haven't used any inks on this. Normally I'm an inker-upper. I love to ink up my stuff. But I think for this one, it's pretty with just the white. Oop, almost put that on upside down. And as you can see, it says in the garden. Move this out of the way. And you know what? I think that I have even bigger pearls, which would not be from this actual haul, but from another one. I do have a tendency to go there a lot. Sorry. Oh, my camera. Yeah, these are a little bit bigger. So I'm going to steal one of them. I'm going to take a little Fabri-Tac. I think I'm going to pop that right in the middle here. Kind of blend it all together and make it a little more cohesive. Okay, so I did get some twine at the Dollar Tree. That was actually wrapped around this cute little thing like this, and the tag was sewn on it, but I would really love to use it here. I'm not sure if it's long enough though, so I gotta see if it's long enough. Oh, we're gonna make it. Going to make it. So what I'm gonna do, start to make a little loop, and I'm going to take some of this, again, Fabri-Tac, and unfortunately that's the one thing you cannot get at the Dollar Tree. You can't get Fabri-Tac. They have an assortment of glues, but I haven't used them, so I'm kind of a stickler for that. I'm going to pull this little guy out here. I lost my circle. So what I want to do is put this on there, like so. Tie that nice and snug, and then it's hitting that fabric glue, so it's just kind of melding in there, and it should be good to go. And all you have to do is pull it down and wrap it around. And how cute is that? That's such a pretty little thing. And it was so simple and took very, very little time. Pop my little card in the back. Took very little time, and let me see. Under $3, right around $3. I'm going to say $3. I had the stickers, I had the pearls, and the napkins, and hopefully you have paper. If you don't have paper, then you would have to buy some paper. So the whole project was under $3, and how cute is that? So thank you for joining me, and I hope you give this a shot. And if you do, please post a picture of it. I'd love to see what you do. I'd love to see your ideas, what you come up with. Please share.